Today we're going to be looking at decimal multiplication by using the lattice approach. Let's look at the first problem where I have 3 and 6/10 times 8. Remember, when we're multiplying by decimals, we're going to first ignore the decimal. So what I really have is going to just be 36 times 8, which is a 2-digit by 1-digit number. So when I draw my lattice, I'm going to draw just 2 boxes. Now that I have my 2 boxes, I'm going to go ahead and draw down the diagonals. You can then write in your problem where you have 36 and 8. You can multiply 8 times 6, which is going to be 48. 8 times 3, which is going to equal 24. You're then going to add up the diagonals of your lattice. I know that 8 plus nothing is going to equal 8. 4 plus 4 is going to equal 8. And 2 plus nothing is going to equal 2. So now I have 288. But I need to go back to my original problem of 3.6 times 8 in order to figure out where to put the decimal. I'm going to look at just the decimal number, which is 3 and 6/10. Looking at just that number, you start at the right and you count over how many place values the decimal is, which it's just 1. You go down to your answer now and you count over just 1 place value and you put your decimal. So your answer for this is going to be 28 and 8/10. Let's look at our next problem, which is going to be 4 and 7/10 times 9. Remember to ignore the decimal, so it's actually just going to look like 47 times 9. It's a 2-digit by 1, so I'm going to draw my lattice, which is just going to be 2 boxes. You can then go ahead and draw your diagonals going straight down. Now go ahead and write your problem of 47 and 9. I have 7 times 9, which is going to equal 63, and 4 times 9, which is going to equal 36. You're going to add your diagonals now. 3 plus nothing is 3. 6 plus 6 is 12. Carry your 1 to the next diagonal. 1 plus 3 is going to equal 4. So you have 423. But you need to remember to go back to your original problem and count over the place value of the decimals. You're going to look at just 4 and 7/10 because the 9 doesn't have a decimal in it. You're going to start at the right and count over just 1 place value. With just 1 place value, you go down to your answer and you count over 1 place value. So now your answer is 42 and 3/10. For our next problem, we have 27/100 times 8. Remember to ignore the decimals, so you really have 27 times 8 for the first part of the problem. You're going to have a 2 by 1, so you're going to draw your lattice of 2 boxes. Go ahead and draw your diagonals going straight down. Put the problem of 27 and 8. Now you have 7 times 8, which is going to equal 56, and 2 times 8, which is going to equal 16. Now you need to add your lattice going down. So you have 6 plus nothing is 6. 5 plus 6 is going to equal 11. Carry your 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So you have 216. But you need to go back to your original problem. You can just work with the 0.27 and you're going to count over the place values. And that's going to be counting over by 2. Since you know it's 2, you go back to your answer and you count over by 1, 2. Put your decimal in, and your final answer is 2 and 16/100. For our final problem, it's 58/100 times 6/10. But we're not going to look at the decimals, so you have 58 times 6 for your first problem. It's a 2 by 1, so you're going to draw your 2 boxes. Go ahead and cut them down diagonally. Write in your problem of 58 and 6. Now you're going to take 8 times 6, which is going to equal 48, and 5 times 6, which is going to equal 30. You're going to add your diagonals now. 8 plus nothing is 8. 4 plus 0 is 4. And 3 plus nothing is 3. So you have 348. But you need to go back to your original problem, and both numbers have decimals in it, so you have to count both. So for the 58 one, you're going to count over, and that has 2 decimal places. For the sixth one, you're going to count over, and that just has 1. 2 plus 1 equals 3 decimal places. So now you need to take 348 and count over 3 decimal places. So you start over to the right and count over 1, 2, 3. So your decimal goes in front of the 3. So your final answer is 348 thousandths. So 0.348.